well, I had forgotten but remembered, I guess you could say, what got me out of depression when I was in my early 20s. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to hurry up and hop on live before I forget this, because it was so crucial. And again, like when you go through a really dramatic, like just like a really dark time, when you're out of it, I feel like sometimes you just, I don't know, it's a part of your past. It's you put things in a box and it's way in the back of your mind. And so I remember one of the things that I did to get out of depression. So I wanted to get on here and hopefully, you know, give you guys a really good idea of what to do. So in my early 20s, there was a lot of really dramatic things that had happened all at the same time. So I got into like this crazy depression. And life is already just kind of confusing and hard anyway. You're graduating college. And if you're like me, where you still just didn't know what you wanted to do with your life when you graduated college, I felt like college was supposed to give me direction, and it just made me even more confused, to be honest. But anyways, that's a whole nother video. I'm not putting college down. I think it's awesome for several reasons, but I also think it's, my hair is just doing something like really weird, so just bear with me. So, okay, whatever. Okay, so what I did to get out of depression in my early 20s was this was number one. I would say, out of all the stuff that I had did to pull myself out of it, because again, I didn't go to a counselor, I didn't go to a therapist, I didn't have like a mentor to really go to. So this is what I did. I really allowed myself to feel the compliments from the people I worked with. So I was a manager at the time. I was a manager in training, and then I became an assistant manager. And when you become an assistant manager, the part-time people that work under you, you get really close with, because you're just like sitting at work all day together. And especially when the business is slow, you just have nothing but time to get to know each other and talk. And that's my job at the time. You weren't allowed to have your cell phone like out, so you could just kind of like scroll in between like slow times. Maybe it's like that at that company now, I don't know. But anyway, so the main point is that I got really close with them. And when I was really, really depressed, and they were younger than me, they were like 18 years old, right? So I was like 22, 23, they were 18. So they'd be going through stuff too. And somehow I was able to muster up the strength to still go to work every day when I was like in that really, really, just deep place. And so what I did to get out of the depression was help other people. So just bear with me on this. Let me explain. This is going to be really short, sweet, and to the point. When you're really, really low, part of the depression for some people in some scenarios is that you feel very valueless. Like, what's the point of me being here? What's the point of life? What's my purpose? Does it even matter? What's the point of all this? I might as well just wither away. Whatever, you're telling yourself, right? But something about being there for the younger part-time people that worked at my job, it like reignited feeling really valuable. Okay, because that was part of the situations that had happened to me all at one time from different people in different scenarios. Part of what I started to feel was valueless. And so I didn't even realize this was going to happen. But as I was continuing to go to work and I would help, it would be even something like small, like it'd be something small where maybe one of the part-timers was like trying to figure out how to do something on the job. And then finally it clicked, and it was like, they'd be like, oh my gosh, you helped me with this. You're so amazing. Everyone tried to explain this to me, but somehow, for some reason, the way you explained it, it helped, right? And I was like, oh wow, that that touched my heart. Another part-time associate would be like something extreme, right? We'd be, it was retail, so we'd be on the floor, there'd be no customers, and then we'd be talking, and they're like, yeah, I'm really going through it. My mom, I'm getting, abused by a parent. I hope I don't get flagged for saying that. But, they'd be telling me some really deep, like very personal things. And then I would just be giving encouragement, like just from, you know, that pure open-hearted space of like, even though I'm literally about to crack like myself, it was like just seeing someone else come to me and feel comfortable coming to me to help them, or just to be an ear to hear, like not even really necessarily saying anything, but just be a lending ear to speak to. It'd be like a week later, 2 weeks later, you know, hey, I really appreciate that conversation. You know, it really helped me, you know, get through the day or whatever. So if you're feeling really depressed, or you feel like you're going down that route, I know this is going to sound crazy or really odd or counterintuitive, but find a way to help someone else, even in your darkness. Find a way to, like, I don't know, if you're going to go to Starbucks, buy the Starbucks for the person behind you. If you are walking in your neighborhood and someone needs help with something like the groceries, go help them. You know, if there is a homeless person and they're asking for $1 or 50 cents, or maybe they're not even asking, maybe they're just there, and you just go up to them and just give them whatever change or whatever you have, or maybe make effort, go to the ATM, get out, you know, some funds and give it to them. Like, figure out really small ways to help other people, whether it's like, hey, you know, if you're a Christian, hey, can I just pray for you really quickly, even though you're the one who's depressed. I'm telling you that I like had an epiphany this morning. I was like, because, you know, if you check out my last live video, I was talking about depression, and like when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, like, because I couldn't really recall all the things that I was doing to kind of get myself out of that depressed state. And then it clicked this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up and get on live, because that was one of the main things that I did, was just like be there for others. And something about being there for others was filling up my cup again, right? Like where I felt really depleted, I felt really worthless, I felt really valueless, I felt like, what's the point of life and all that stuff. It was like, oh, this is the point. Like being there for others, caring for others, having compassion for others, you know, even a small hello, a smile at a stranger, you know, helping an older person open up the door. You know, you see a kid, I don't know, obviously you don't want to go up to people's children and start helping them with things, but you know what I'm saying? Like there's, like I would sit on my break outside of the store, the retail store, and I would sit by this beautiful fountain, and I would see there, you know, it was like a family outdoor mall, so I would see a lot of families. And you know, if I saw the kid like gonna do something, I'd like quickly say, hey, you know, your kid is like running over there or whatever, and it'd be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for telling me. You know, like just like those little things to like be a community and help one another. Call a sibling and just see how they're doing. Shoot 5 people just a nice text message for no reason, like, hey, just want to let you know I think you're awesome, have a great day, with an emoji, like, and then they hit you back like, wow, I really needed to hear that today. Like those little things is what brought me out of my depression. So if you are going through it and you're feeling valueless, you're feeling like, what's the point, you're feeling like, why, like, does anyone even care, you know, whatever's going on in your life, you'd be surprised that your mere existence has made someone happy, has leveled someone up, has made someone have a breakthrough, even when you feel like you have nothing left in the tank. Okay, so again, I don't know what made me still go to work every day. I think just like that I had built up such a habit from like working all through college that it was kind of like second nature to me to just like still go to work, even though I felt crazy. I felt empty inside. I literally, you guys, I got down to 117 pounds. My hair had fell out. Like it was thin. It was up to here. You guys know my hair is down to, like, it's usually not even in the video. Like my hair had fallen out. It thinned out. You know, it was just crazy. Like I just looked like my skin tone looked like it just didn't look like a healthy brown skin tone. It just looked like weathered, you know, because I wasn't eating. So it was just bad, you guys. So I'm telling you, I've been in like a dark, dark place where I never wanted to necessarily unalive myself, but I literally had thought to myself, like, I kind of just wouldn't mind if I just like didn't wake up. Like, that's how deep I got. And showing up to work every day and just me being there and just me saying something, or me managing to smile at someone, or me managing to help someone understand something, it started to fill my cup back up. So if you can, like, if you're listening to this and you're like, I don't know what to do, if you have breath in your body still, you still have the strength. Do one nice thing for someone today. Even in your darkness, do one nice, kind thing for someone today. And a text message, again, go on social media. You know, if you're depressed because of social media, then don't go on there. But, you know, if that's not really like an issue for you, go on social media and just send, you know, a really positive message on like 5 of your closest friend and family's pages. Like, hey, you know, just want to let you know you really rock, or whatever. And you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised hearing how you really made somebody's day. And then it's like, you know what? You really do matter. You really are important. You start to realize that again, you know, because sometimes it can feel like people don't care. So it's like, it's hard. It seems hard to do, but just do it once. Just do something kind once and watch that person's face light up. You know, hear that person's read that person's message, how you made their day. You know, or another thing too, I feel like a lot of thankless people that have a lot of thankless jobs, like cashiers, mail people, people that, like, if you live in an apartment building and there's a cleaner, and oftentimes that cleaner never even gets barely looked at, because it's like, oh, well, that's their job, they're getting paid to clean. But it's like, no, like, you know, they're still putting in a lot of great effort to like make sure the apartment looks nice and clean for you and your family and your children, or for your, you know, just for you. And they could do a mediocre job, but like they're putting in their best effort. You know, tell the cashier, you know what, you just made my day. You were really kind. You know, when you just thank you for being kind. You know, tell the person that cleans your apartment, or your gardener, the people that, you know, clean up the gardening area, even like the people that work for the city that are cleaning up the sidewalk, just say, hey, you know what, thank you for doing that. And you'd be surprised, like, seeing their reaction, and then that reaction will fill you back up. Like, you know what, I can get through this. Like, let me just, like, okay, that was a good moment. Let me try again. Let me try to do something kind for someone tomorrow. It doesn't have to, you know, involve money, you know, any of that. Right? So, you know, I really just want to encourage you to do that if you are going through it right now. You know, I know we have a lot of issues with like inflation and just like a lot. I feel like this space, like this person's not going to be able, I feel like they're going to hit my car. The good old LA parking is just always so close and tight. So I'm just going to let you know right now, if you are going through it, I'm telling you right now that you are valuable. You matter. You have a gift that only you can bring to the planet. And I'm not even kidding. Every single human being, like, you'd be surprised. Like, there was, before I go, let me just tell you this quick, tiny story, and then I'm going to go. When I was in high school, I always say I had like a movie type of high school experience. Like, I really can't remember anything. I mean, it wasn't perfect every single day of high school, but I had a really good high school experience. I had a lot of friends. I was getting great grades. I was really cool with the teachers. I got along with every ethnic group, every race, despite even having some racist slurs, because I went to an all-white school, like 95% white. And so it was like me and maybe like, I don't know, 4 other black people. I think there was like 500. There was about 2,000 students. I think there was about 500 students in my class, but about 2,000, a little over 2,000 kids in the school. And I was like one of four, each year there was like a couple more that would come. But like my freshman year, I honestly want to say, I think I was like one of 5 out of 2,000. Okay. So I'd had some, racist slurs toward me or whatever. For some reason, it didn't bother me. Like, it just bounced off of me. I was just like, whatever. So I was a cheerleader. I was in student council. I was vice president. I don't know. And there was this girl that was in my class. She was very overlooked. She was quiet. I don't even know. I mean, I guess you kind of you get put into classes, like different, are you part of the popular kids? Are you part of the goth kids? Are you part of like the jocks? Are you part of like the nerds? Like, so if we had to just put this girl in a category, I would say she was more of a loner type, like a loner type, maybe a nerd, but like she just was, you didn't see her with any friends. Like she just was really to herself. And I don't know what it was about this girl, but every time I would see her, we would pass each other in the hallway. And then I think in a couple of the class, like throughout high school, we were in the same grade. So throughout high school, sometimes she'd be in my class and sometimes she would sometimes it was a seating chart and she'd be sitting next to me. And I just always was normal with her. Like everybody was the same to me. You're just a human with eyeballs and you're breathing. So I'm going to be nice. And unless you're mean back, like mean to me, I'm just going to be kind to you, whatever. I don't care what you look like. Like, it doesn't matter. So she would be sitting next to me and I would be like, oh, like, that's really cute. Or like, oh, I like your book cover. Or, oh, like your backpack. Like, I don't know. I just was being myself. And then like 10th grade, I think we would walk past each other and like, I'd be like, hi. And then I think one time she like reached out to give me a hug. And I was like, hey, what's up? So all throughout high school, I was just nice to this girl. And I didn't even realize I was like being nice to her. In my mind, I was just being like normal. After like many years later, we graduated high school. I had went away to another college, like 2.5 hours away from where I went to high school. But my mom still lived in my hometown. So I would, of course, go visit my mom. So I went to Walmart or Target and so I was like maybe 23, 24 at this time. And, was I still in college? I think it was, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It was like 6-7 years later after high school. And she was a cashier. And I recognized her, not at the very first second I didn't, but like I felt familiar. Like when she was like doing my stuff and she looked up at me and she just goes, I just want to say thank you. And I just was like, is she talking to me? Like, why would I deserve a thank you? I'm just like, you're bringing up my stuff. Like, why do I deserve a thank you? And she just was like, you were just always so nice to me and you just didn't have to be. Like, you were like super popular. You were a cheerleader, you just like didn't have to even pay attention to me and you did. And like, you have no idea how much that like meant to me. And it like all came back and I clicked like, oh, all the little moments that like, and she was really short. I'm 5'7". She was only like 5 feet tall. Like she was super cute and short. And, it made me want to like cry. Cause I just was like, oh my gosh, like I had no idea that those tiny moments, like she's like, it just, high school was really hard for me. And, what you did mattered. And I just was like, wow. So I just want to let you know, like those small, tiny moments where you hold the door open for someone, you say hello, you smile at someone, you give someone a compliment, you uplift someone, like those moments, like you just really have no idea. So if you are depressed, if you're feeling worthless, if you're feeling like you don't matter, if you're feeling like, what's the point of life or whatever, I'm telling you, there is someone that you are impacting out there that specifically needs you to be you and nothing else. They just need you to be you. And you add so much value just for being yourself. Okay. You don't have to perform. You don't have to do backflips. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You just being you is making someone else better. And so that's what helped me get out of my depression, you know, was in my 20s. And actually during that time, now that I think about it, I was like coming out of like that really dark place. So when she said that, it really hit me. I was like, whoa, like, okay, I really, like, she don't know how much I needed to hear that. So it was almost like she paid it forward. Like she didn't even realize, like, all those little moments added up to where she gave me a gift, like, back. And I didn't even know I was like putting in money to receive, like, kind of like, I didn't even know I was like putting in deposits into like a bank account of like receiving a gift in the future. Right. And so 6-7 years later, she's like pouring out her heart to me at the register when I'm coming out of a dark place that she doesn't even know about. So you just never know. So that's what I did when I was depressed. So again, just to wrap it up, do something, one nice thing for someone today, do 2 nice things for someone tomorrow, do 3 nice things for something the next day, and you will slowly start to see that you are important, you are valuable, and you matter. So make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to send this to someone that needs to hear it. Let me know what else you guys want to know about, talk about. Let me see what you guys said before I go. Good morning, afternoon, coming in from Chicago, my birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Make sure you spoil yourself today. Motivation. I know exactly what you mean. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Make sure to get on my email list. Okay. We don't know what's ever going to happen with these platforms, but email has stood the test of time. So get on my email list down in the description. I'm going to also be giving away another nice, fun little goodie. I've given away a treadmill, a juicer, other really cool stuff. So I'm going to be giving away something else. So make sure to stay with me. And just let me know if my videos, what you think about my videos. I genuinely want to hear what you guys want to know about, or if you're like, Ciana, I don't know what you'd be talking about, still let me know that too. I don't care. Just comment down below. I receive criticism pretty decently. So, you know, I definitely want to talk about more topics that really help you as a viewer, because you're taking the time to watch my video, and I want to make sure that you are receiving something in return for your valuable time watching my videos. Okay. So make sure to subscribe and catch me on the next one. Oh, also follow me on Instagram. I post on Instagram a lot. Some days, not so much. Some days a lot. And it's just more of my personal life. So if you want to like tap in with me there, follow me on Instagram. So you can click the link down in the description, or it's just CianaSingh over on Instagram. So, all right. Have a beautiful day. Bye.